Tonight, the Lord covers you with a mantle of peace and renewal. Nothing has gone unnoticed by the Father's eyes. He is taking care of every detail, even the ones you can't see right now. Maybe your heart is tired, feeling the weight of worries or the loneliness of daily battles. But listen, God is visiting your home as you prepare to rest. The angels of the Lord are encamped around your life, bringing protection and comfort. What brought you restlessness today will be a reason for testimony and joy tomorrow. While you sleep, the Holy Spirit touches areas of your heart that only He can transform, renewing your strength and healing old wounds. This is a night of answers and silent miracles. Feel His presence enveloping you, bringing rest to your mind and hope to your spirit. Trust. What seemed impossible is being aligned with God's plans. If this word brought peace to your heart, write Amen in the comments. And if you need prayer, leave your request. We are praying for you. May this night be the beginning of a new time in your life. Ask me for whatever you wish and I will give it to you. This is what God said to Solomon in 1 Kings chapter 3, verses 5 and 9. At the end of this day, you can allow yourself to take a deep breath. Fill your lungs with air, let it out slowly. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Each breath lifts the weight of worry. Allow yourself to trust. As you exhale, imagine handing over to God everything you cannot control. You can rest. He already sees what worries you. Let go of fear. Let the gentle and powerful presence of the Lord come. Allow yourself to trust. Feel it is safe to rest now. Tonight, we release prophetic words of wisdom and peace upon you. My child, you can rest because God is visiting your home. The wisdom that Solomon received is available to you. Allow yourself to trust. The Lord is opening your eyes to better choices. Where there is confusion, clarity will come. Where there is lack, provision will come. You can rest without fear because God works while you sleep. Feel involved. Allow yourself to trust. There are promises being fulfilled in the details. Even in silence, miracles are created. You can rest. This night is a gift. God will give you wisdom and peace. I choose to surrender now, Lord. I hand over my doubts, my fears, and all the anxiety that weighs on my heart. I recognize that I do not control tomorrow, but I trust that just like Solomon, I can ask for wisdom and peace. I declare this night will not be marked by anguish, but by rest in you. I touch the promise of a new time and your voice to soften my thoughts. I choose to trust. If you wish, ask for your prayer in the comments. We will be interceding for you every day. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now as you take a deep breath, I release over you the invitation to release what is weighing you down. I release the control you have felt the need to maintain throughout the day. I release the guilt of not being able to handle everything. I release the fear of the future and of difficult decisions. Allow yourself to repeat in your mind, I release, I release. As you slowly exhale, feel the burden lifting. Your body relaxes and your spirit learns to trust. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust that there is divine care in the details that slip through your hands. The simple act of breathing in and out becomes prayer. You do not have to carry it all alone. You can rest because there is a promise released over your life tonight. God not only hears your cry, but He answers with peace, wisdom, and supernatural guidance. I declare to you that even though doubts are strong, an unexpected clarity will touch your mind. Where despair wanted to dwell, now the presence of God makes its home. Allow yourself to trust. You are not alone in this silence. The answers you seek will come in surprising ways. Feel the peace that fills your room now like a gentle embrace. God brings new ideas, solutions, and rest to your weary soul. Take a break. Just feel. Fear loses its strength in the face of the certainty that you are sustained. You can rest. The impossible will be moved while you sleep. I remember all the times I tried to solve everything on my own, accumulating anguish that only grew at night. Today, I choose to surrender. Justifications, the burden of being perfect. I admit, I need peace. I feel despair dissolves when I confess my limitations to God and ask for wisdom, as Solomon did. I accept that I do not have all the answers, but I can trust in the one who does. In this moment, I close my eyes, and in silence, I surrender tomorrow. I repeat, Lord, take care of everything. Let this echo in your heart. The early evening is the ideal time to start over. If you feel like you need a fresh start, allow yourself to trust. In the next step, together, we will deepen this rest and discover how God answers sincere prayers with silent miracles. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding, for he will be like a tree planted by the waters that sends out its roots by the stream. It will not fear when heat comes. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 13 and 18. Now, take a deep breath and allow these words to echo within you. I release all anxiety, all fear, all pressure that is built up throughout this day. Repeat mentally, I release. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as if each exhalation were a surrender into the hands of God. You deserve this rest. You can trust. Allow yourself to receive the relief that only God can give. Let go of control. Let go of guilt. Let go of fear of tomorrow. You don't have to solve everything right now. Simply allow your mind and heart to align, surrendering to the peace that is available to you in this moment. Pause. Feel the relief. As you rest, prophetic words will pour over your night. Wisdom will be poured over your mind. Clarity will come over confusing decisions, and an inexplicable peace will envelop your body. Allow yourself to believe. What seemed impossible begins to change now, even while you sleep. You can rest. The angels of the Lord camp around you. Allow yourself to trust. There are answers that come in the silence. There are miracles happening behind the scenes. You are not alone, child. God is working on your behalf, even when you do not realize it. Your thoughts can slow down, your heart can quiet down, because there is a promise over your life. God is faithful to fulfill what He promised. Close your eyes and receive this truth. Pause. Feel the presence. In this moment, I choose to let go of everything that I cannot control. I look to the heavens and say, God, I surrender my worries, my fears, and all the confusion of this night. I allow myself to trust, as Solomon trusted. I feel the peace that invades my thoughts, replacing all despair with hope. What escapes my hands is safe in yours. I rest because I know that you care for me in the details, even those I cannot see. Tomorrow will be new, with fresh wisdom and clear direction. I accept the invitation to surrender and rest because your promise is true. Stay with me on this journey, because in the next step, you will discover how to transform this trust into a new beginning at dawn. If you cry out for understanding and lift up your voice for discernment, if you seek wisdom as silver and search for it as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Proverbs 2:3-6. Now, allow yourself to release every worry that still weighs on your shoulders. Repeat in your mind, I surrender my anxieties. I release the fear of the unknown. I release all control. Feel your body relaxing, as if every muscle yields to the gentle touch of hope. As you surrender your worries to the Lord, you connect with His greater purpose for your life. Pray for your marriage, for your children, even for distant relatives who may be far from His embrace. Ask for reconciliation where there is distance, protection where there is danger. Remember, God has promised wisdom and peace to those who ask with a sincere heart. He is listening, even now. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust, even if the day has brought challenges. Feel this truth. Nothing is lost to those who surrender. You are a beloved child, chosen to receive guidance and peace. Yes, you can rest. Make room for God's voice to speak louder than any noise of worry. Allow yourself to surrender the past, the disappointments, the mistakes, and the fear of the future. Your mind can rest. Receive a prophetic word now. Tonight, answers will come. The impossible will be touched by the hands of the Lord while you sleep. Do not doubt. God transforms nights into mornings of hope. You can rest. Feel enveloped, protected, and guarded, because the God of Solomon is the same one who watches over you. Now, close your eyes for a moment. I surrender, Lord. I surrender everything I cannot control. My thoughts, my worries, all my dreams, and even my fears. I accept your peace to fill the void that anxiety has left. I choose to trust, even though my heart wavers. Each night, I discover that true wisdom is not in knowing all the answers, but in trusting that the Lord takes care of every detail. I choose to let go of the weight because I know you hold me. May the peace that surpasses all understanding guard my heart and mind, so I find rest even in the midst of despair. And as the night wears on, I remain curious to discover the miracles God has in store for the next step. For the Lord gives wisdom, from His mouth come knowledge and understanding. Verse 6. Now take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your body and notice the weight of the day's thoughts trying to settle. In the silence of this night, repeat mentally, I release my hurts, my resentments, my disappointments. I let go of what hurt. I let go of what I cannot change. You allow yourself to forgive, even if the other person does not deserve it. You give God every broken alliance, every lost friendship, every bond that has been broken along the way. Imagine your relationships as crystal vases, some intact, others broken by time. Now, see God's hands joining each little piece, restoring what seemed impossible. Trust. He can bring broken hearts together and transforming wounds into points of light. Feel the relief. Let go of control. Rest your soul. Allow yourself to trust, my child. You can rest, yes. Allow yourself to trust. You don't have to carry the weight of what you've been through alone. Tonight, listen. There are promises about your life that no one can take away. God knows your struggles, your failures, even the tears that no one has seen. You can close your eyes now, knowing that the Lord's own wisdom is being poured out on you while you sleep. Receive unexpected blessings. Believe. Doors open even when everything seems closed. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to allow Him to take care of the impossible. Allow yourself to be renewed, my child. You can rest. Exchange your fear for hope. Surrender the unanswered questions. There are new alliances being restored. There is peace coming where before there was only anxiety. Stop for a moment. Breathe. Listen to the whisper of the promise. Tonight, God will give you wisdom and peace. You can trust, because miracles happen in the silence of the early morning. Let yourself be surprised. Now, close your eyes. In silence, I speak to God. I give Him my mistakes, my fears, my forgotten dreams. I say, Father, take care of what I cannot solve. Give me wisdom to forgive those who have hurt me and to rebuild what has been broken. I feel a weight lifting from my shoulders. Peace begins to invade my chest, like a river that silences the dry land. I accept that I do not need to have control of everything. I recognize, alone, I can only lose myself in despair, but in you, I find peace. I allow myself to rest. Tomorrow will be new, because I am learning to trust. And in this surrender, I discover the secret. While I rest, you work. Tomorrow, I will see doors open, answers coming, hearts united again. Stay tuned. In the next step, you will experience the lightness of a deep sleep, protected by the promise that God is already taking care of your future. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verse 5. Now, take a deep breath. I release control over the worries of this day. Repeat silently. I release fear of tomorrow, doubts about provision, anxiety about decisions. As you lie down, allow each muscle to relax, surrendering not only your body, but also your thoughts to God. Trust that He is faithful to open doors of employment, bring prosperity and wisdom to manage your resources. He promises, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Psalms chapter 23, verse 1. Release the weight of bills, uncertainties, and demands. Let your physical surrender be a symbol of your spiritual surrender. You are not alone. While you rest, God works in every invisible detail and prepares your tomorrow with love. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Even when everything seems uncertain, remember, you don't have to carry the burdens alone. God is taking care of your dreams, your closed doors, your resources that seem scarce. Do not be afraid, my son, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Receive this prophetic word. During this night, God is releasing new ideas, strategies, and opportunities. That which seemed blocked will begin to move. You can rest. Yes, my son, allow peace to invade your mind and heart. Trust, miracles can happen as you simply let go of control. Imagine yourself enveloped by a gentle peace, feeling safe, knowing that the Lord is with you. Make room for hope, even in the silence. You can rest. In this moment, I allow myself to surrender everything. I close my eyes and say, Lord, you know every worry I have tried to solve on my own. Today, I choose to trust. I renounce despair, haste, the need to understand everything. I ask, like Solomon, that you give me wisdom for each decision, peace for each night, and courage to face the new day. I feel a gentle relief filling my chest, as if God Himself were saying, "Son, I'm already taking care of you." I decide to let go of the fear of what I can't control. I open myself up to receive creative ideas, to see opportunities where I only saw impossibilities. I know that when I rest, God prepares surprises, provision, and tranquility. I throw myself into this rest, certain that I will lack nothing. Remain in this silence for a few seconds, listening to the whispering of the divine presence around you. Next, we will deepen this surrender even more and learn to hear God's voice during the night. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verse 5. Now, take a deep breath, and as you hear these words, say mentally, I release my worries. I release my tiredness. I release my anxiety. Feel your shoulders relaxing, your breathing becoming calmer, as if each exhalation were carrying away the weight of the day. Allow this simple act of breathing to be your surrender. Visualize a soft light descending from the heavens and touching every cell of your body, renewing you inside and out. Ask God right now, renew my body, my mind, and my emotions. You don't have to carry everything alone. Repeat silently, I release, I surrender, I trust. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even when everything seems uncertain. God is already working in the invisible details of your life. You can close your eyes without fear because miracles happen while you sleep. Free yourself from the guilt of what is left undone. You deserve this peace. Allow yourself a new beginning. You don't need to understand everything. Just accept that God is by your side. Receive a prophetic word now. Tonight, God covers you with wisdom and serenity. Feel hope being reborn, even where there was fear. You can rest, my child. Allow yourself to trust because God has already prepared solutions. He is faithful to transform the impossible into unexpected blessings. Be silent for a moment. Feel the divine presence calming your heart. At this moment, I surrender my limitations and renounce despair. Even if anxiety tries to invade, I choose to trust. I repeat to myself, God will give me wisdom and peace tonight. I accept the promise that I can rest without fear of tomorrow. I let go of control because I know that I do not depend on my strength but on yours. What I cannot solve, I place in your hands. I allow hope to embrace me. Father, renew my strength, my heart, and my thoughts. As I lie down, I make this moment an altar of surrender. My peace does not come from circumstances, but from the certainty that the Lord cares for me. Take a deep breath. Feel this moment as an invitation to new confidence. In the next step, you will discover how to transform every worry of the night into a source of faith for tomorrow. Call to me, and I will answer you. I will show you great and unsearchable things that you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. Now take a deep breath and repeat in your mind, I release everything that weighs me down. I release fear, doubt, and anxiety. I release control of the future, handing over my worries to God. Feel the peace that invades your body as you release your hands and open your heart. When you surrender, heaven works in your favor. Activate now by faith dormant ministries, forgotten dreams, and stalled projects. Remember, God gives dreams to his beloved while they sleep. Psalm 127, verse 2. Let your visions, purposes, and callings be rekindled tonight. Everything you dream of can blossom, even in silence, as you simply rest and trust. You can rest. Allow yourself to truly trust. If restlessness comes, declare, I am a child. I can rest in the arms of a Father who does not sleep. He keeps you safe even when everything seems uncertain. Feel the hope renewing your mind like a gentle breeze. You are not alone. There are promises of redemption and restoration for your story. Receive words of life. Doors will open, ministries will be activated, old projects will gain new life. You are called to great things. You can rest. Let peace invade your room now. Allow yourself to dream again. God is taking care of details that you can't even imagine. Don't carry guilt. Forgiveness and grace are gifts for tonight. Think for a moment. What is difficult to let go of? I, before God, recognize my limitations. I surrender my hopes, my failures, my unanswered questions. Lord, I let go of despair and receive the peace that comes from above. May my mind be still. May my heart embrace serenity. I choose to trust, even without all the answers. I allow myself to be a child. I rest in your care. I feel the lightness of someone who lets go of a burden and receives wisdom for the next day. Stay with that feeling. In the next step, you will experience even deeper prophetic words for your night. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verse 5. Now, take a deep breath and repeat in your mind. I release every worry, every doubt that weighs on my chest. I surrender my weary mind so that God may renew my understanding. As you lay your head down, imagine that every worry dissolves in divine hands. You don't have to carry the world while you sleep. Doors that no one can close, doors of protection, doors of rest, doors of unexpected answers are already being taken care of by God while you rest. He works in the unseen, even when everything seems silent. Allow yourself to feel the Lord's care as the night approaches. You can rest. Yes, allow yourself to trust, even if logic says otherwise. God is preparing solutions where you only see impossibilities. You can rest, for there are promises released over your life tonight. Wisdom for tomorrow's decisions, peace for the battles of the heart, and clear direction for paths that were once dark. Let hope be reborn. You can rest, child. Accept God's invitation to let go of control, to believe that while you sleep, silent miracles happen. Allow yourself to trust. You are not alone. Feel the gentle embrace of God's presence enveloping every thought, every fear, every unfulfilled desire. Allow yourself to trust. Now, I surrender. I feel the weight lifting from my shoulders. God, I receive the wisdom that only you can give. My dreams, my uncertainties, my long nights, I lay them all before your altar. I receive peace where there was once despair. I need not fear what I do not understand, nor control what I cannot foresee. Lord, teach me to rest in you, to trust that tomorrow belongs in your hands. I surrender to your care, to your love. Now, as night falls, I remain at peace, knowing that doors of wisdom and rest are already open. In the next step, you will discover how true peace transforms your night and prepares the way for a new dawn. The Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Take this moment to let go of what weighs you down. Take a deep breath, release it slowly, and repeat in the silence of your heart, I release fear. I release control. I release doubt. As you relax your body, imagine your mind and spirit being eased by God. Just as Solomon asked for wisdom, You can also ask now, Lord, grant me understanding tonight. I declare, no harm shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your house. And you internalize, in God I am protected, guarded until the morning. Feel yourself enveloped in an atmosphere of strength and care. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Even if the day has left marks of anxiety or insecurity, your thoughts find shelter in the heart of God. He watches over you, even while you sleep. Receive this word. There is peace reserved for your rest and wisdom being released to light your path. You can let go of the burdens. Let God renew your dreams, calm your fears, and strengthen your hope. I prophesy that answers will come to you while you sleep, and that unseen doors are opening for you. Now, take a moment. Feel the silence of the night and allow your soul to rest. I choose to surrender my worries because I understand that I do not have to solve everything on my own. Lord, I receive the peace that surpasses all understanding, even when logic seems to fail. As I close my eyes, I renounce despair and embrace the promise of the one who never sleeps. I recognize that, like Solomon, I can ask for wisdom and be answered. I surrender, knowing that there is rest for those who trust. I allow the peace of God to guard my mind, and I accept His presence as the real answer to my weary heart. Thus, I end this day with hope, certain that the night will be one of renewal, protection, and wisdom. For the Lord gives wisdom. From His mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. Take a deep breath now. Feel the weight of your thoughts and worries. I release anxiety. I release fear. I release the need to understand everything. Repeat to yourself, I release control. Each time you exhale, you release an invisible burden. Allow yourself to imagine God covers you with the armor of Ephesians 6, protecting your mind and heart. Angels, sent by God, fight around you, warding off all the fiery darts of doubt and discouragement. You are not alone in this invisible battle. As your body relaxes, your soul surrenders to divine protection. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even when everything seems uncertain. You can rest in safety because there are invisible hands guarding you tonight. Feel the presence of God bringing calm where there was restlessness. You can surrender your plans, your questions, your pains. Allow yourself to believe there is a new beginning prepared for you at dawn. You can expect miracles because God is an expert in turning impossible situations around. Receive prophetic words now. There is wisdom coming to your heart. There is peace flowing like a river. There are answers you never imagined coming your way. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. The impossible is being rewritten while you sleep. I surrender, Lord. I recognize that I do not control tomorrow. I confess that, many times, despair tries to take over my heart, but I choose to trust. Tonight, I let go of everything that weighs me down. I place at your feet every restless thought, every frustrated expectation, every fear of the unknown. I accept your peace, even without understanding the path. I believe that, just like Solomon, I can ask for wisdom and receive it. Teach me to rest, to be a child, to trust that your care is greater than any worry. The Lord is renewing my hope and preparing surprises of love for me. Wait for the next step, because every night, God reveals something new to those who surrender. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now, take a deep breath and allow yourself to let go of everything that weighs you down. I release control. I release fear. I release the rush to solve everything on your own. Repeat mentally, I release. Feel your mind slowing down. Your body begins to relax. You don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. Your physical body responds to your surrendered heart. You are loved, chosen, forgiven. You are a child of the God who sees all and provides for all. The Lord is by your side, even when everything seems uncertain. You can rest because He watches over you. With each breath, feel God's care enveloping your night. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust now. God has not forgotten your prayers. He does not ignore your tears. Even in silence, He is preparing answers and better paths. Let go of anxiety. You can let go of worries because God has already entered your tomorrow. Your heart can rest assured because God's wisdom is greater than fear. Receive peace over restless thoughts tonight. A new hope begins to be born. You can believe. The impossible is no obstacle for the Lord. Let God's voice calm the inner turmoil. Allow yourself to be led by Him, even if you don't understand everything right now. With each breath, choose to trust a little more. Feel that you are not alone. Angels are around you, guarding your mind, driving away discouragement. You can allow yourself to place everything in the hands of the Father. I surrender myself, Lord. Before the night that is coming, I confess my limitations and recognize I need you. I do not know all the paths, but I decide to trust in those who do. I surrender myself to your care. I ask for wisdom for the decisions that will come, and I rest in your love. Your peace invades my mind, calming thoughts of insecurity and lifting the weight of the day. I accept that I don't need to be strong all the time because you are my strength. I let go of the past, surrender to the present, and do not fear the future. I allow your Spirit to renew me as I sleep. Lord, just as Solomon asked for wisdom and received peace, I believe. This night will be marked by unexpected answers and a new beginning. I feel safe, loved, and complete in you. Tomorrow I will wake up with renewed hope. Now, close your eyes. Listen to the soft whisper of heaven. Son, I care for you. In the next step, we will learn how to guard our hearts so that peace remains, even on difficult days. The Lord gives wisdom. From His mouth come knowledge and understanding. Receive this promise from Proverbs chapter 2, verses 6 and 7. Now, take a deep breath and, as you exhale, say to yourself, I release the weight of the day. I surrender my anxiety and let go of everything I don't need to carry. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders as if God were taking every worry from your hands. You are an heir to the promises, a temple of the Spirit, more than a conqueror in Christ, as is written in Romans chapter 8, verse 37. Repeat mentally, I am a beloved child. I can rest. I have value. Allow this truth to invade your heart, rising like a sweet and silent perfume. The Lord is close to those who seek Him. You can rest now. Allow yourself to trust, even if you don't understand all the paths. Heaven is open over your life tonight. I prophesy, peace invades your mind, answers come where there were doubts, and the hand of God protects you against all fear. Your heart can rest because the Lord does not sleep. You do not need to control everything. Allow yourself to be cared for. Feel the love that surrounds your room at this moment. You can let go of your worries. Tomorrow is in the hands of the one who never fails. Receive serenity, renewed hope, and the certainty that miracles happen in the silence of your sleep. Now, pause for a moment. Feel your heart beating more calmly. You are not alone. Tonight, I choose to let go of control and trust that the God of Solomon also cares for me. I surrender my plans, my failures, and even my unfulfilled dreams. Lord, I accept your peace that surpasses all understanding. If there is restlessness, I surrender. If there is sadness, I trust. I want to sleep as someone who knows they are loved and protected. May your wisdom guide me and your presence be my shelter. In each thought, I want to remember, you are faithful and take care of every detail. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I will be ready to receive answers and new beginnings. Feel this surrender and prepare yourself for the next step, where we will deepen this trust even further and experience a night of true peace. Listen to this powerful prayer of Solomon before sleeping, and God will give you wisdom and peace tonight. Proverbs 3 verse 24 says, "When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet." I release every worry, every fear, every anxiety that has been gripping your heart today. Mentally repeat after me. I release. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders as you speak it, a physical act mirroring your spiritual surrender. You are not defined by your problems. You are an heir, a temple of the Spirit, more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. If you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Believe in this truth as you prepare for rest. You can rest now, beloved. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, knowing that you are held securely in the arms of the Almighty. I speak peace over you, a peace that surpasses all understanding, as promises. Allow yourself to trust that God is working all things together for your good, even when you cannot see the path ahead. I declare that you are free from the burdens you've been carrying, burdens of doubt, fear, and insecurity. Receive clarity, insight, and wisdom as you sleep. May prophetic dreams fill your night, revealing God's plans and purposes for your life. You are loved, you are cherished, and you are destined for greatness. Rest in this assurance. God whispers, "I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, I have drawn you with unfailing kindness." Tonight, I surrender my anxieties to the God of peace. I reflect on Solomon's prayer for wisdom, understanding that true peace comes not from my own striving, but from trusting in God's divine guidance. I acknowledge my despair, but choose to focus on the promise of peace that surpasses understanding, embracing the hope that this night, as I rest, God will impart wisdom and a sense of tranquility that I deeply need. As I lie down, I release control and trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating my life according to His perfect will. May this prayer offered by Solomon serves as a constant reminder that true wisdom brings true peace. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verse 5. Now take a deep breath, and as you exhale, repeat each phrase in your mind. I release my worries. I release the fear of tomorrow. I release the anxiety that grips my chest. I release the desire to control every detail. I release everything that I cannot carry alone. As you release, you connect to the spiritual act of surrendering your life to God's care. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders. Visualize yourself protected, cared for, blessed. I am a child resting in the arms of the Father, for it is written, "Behold what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called children of God." 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. You can rest, even when thoughts insist on taking away your peace. Allow yourself to trust. You do not have to overcome everything right now. God is working in the silence. You can allow yourself to relax, knowing that the Lord is renewing your mind and strengthening your heart. Listen, there is wisdom being poured out upon you tonight. There are answers coming, even if you don't see them yet. You can rest because God is in control. Allow every worry to be carried away by the wind of grace. Your heart can feel peace even in the face of the unknown. Free yourself from doubts. You are the object of divine favor. Receive this truth. Miracles happen in the darkest hours. Feel surrounded by care, by love, by promises that never fail. At this moment, I choose to surrender my thoughts and my fears before the Lord. I speak quietly. I surrender myself. I give up carrying everything alone. If Solomon asked where wisdom is, I also ask, God, guide my steps, my dreams, and my decisions. May the peace that surpasses all understanding guard my mind tonight. I recognize that I do not need to be strong always, because I am a child, I am cared for, I am loved. When doubts come, I will remember. I can rest in the arms of the Father. Tonight, I let hope blossom within me. I feel the relief of someone who trusts in tomorrow. Take a break. Feel the silence and presence of God around you. In the next step, we will deepen this rest even further, learning to live a night with the certainty that God has already prepared the best for you. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 4 and 5. Now take a deep breath and repeat in your mind, I release the burden of the day. I release the fear of tomorrow. I let go of control and place in God's hands everything I cannot handle. Feel your body relax as you surrender. This surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. Be thankful for the miracles you do not yet see. Maybe the money has not arrived, the answer has not come, the family problem persists. But even so, be thankful now. Today's invisible will be tomorrow's testimony. God is working behind the scenes, preparing surprises. The promise is clear. He gives wisdom and peace to those who seek Him. You are a beloved child. Receive this truth into your heart. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust, even when everything seems uncertain. When anxiety tries to take over, remember, God takes care of every detail. Let peace descend like a soft blanket as you prepare for bed. You can rest because you don't have to carry the world alone. Surrender your sleep, your dreams, your family. Release your fear of the future. You can trust that God never abandons a child. He is by your side now, listening to your silent prayer. I prophesy over you. The peace that surpasses all understanding is invading your home tonight. Unexpected answers will come. You can rest, for miracles are yet to happen. Allow yourself to be cradled by divine care. In this moment, I close my eyes and surrender all that worries me. God, I release expectations, fear of failure, anxiety over what I cannot control. I accept that I do not need to have all the answers. Lord, give me the same wisdom as Solomon, the one that comes from above and brings peace to my heart. I trust that as I sleep, you work for me. I feel the weight lifting, and I realize that I can start over tomorrow. If the night brings anguish, I surrender each one of them to you. I feel your presence surrounding me. I declare, no storm is greater than your care. Peace floods my soul. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I will see the fruit of my surrender. Do you see? The secret is in surrendering. In the next step, we will deepen this trust even further and find answers where we least expect them. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath. I release control, anxiety, fear of tomorrow. Let these words become an internal movement. You release the weight of your day, rest your mind, and surrender what you cannot change. Repeat in your mind, I release. Feel your body relaxing, every restless thought surrendering to God's care. As you let go, God takes over. There is rest for those who trust. While you sleep, God works. You can rest. He uses sleep to speak to your heart, bringing dreams that open paths, answers, and advice. Like Solomon, who received wisdom while he slept, you too can expect revelations from above. Allow yourself to trust. Let God plant insights, comfort, and peace while you rest. Your pillow can be the altar of silent miracles. You can rest. Receive. God breathes wisdom into your life. He calms inner storms and reveals solutions where you only saw doubts. You can rest. Allow yourself to wait for holy dreams and unexpected answers. Now, take another deep breath. Close your eyes and silently declare with me, Father, I surrender my thoughts, my fears, my desire to control what only you can transform. I accept your peace, even without understanding everything. I surrender to your care, as Solomon surrendered, waiting for wisdom and peace. My heart is open to whatever you want to show me tonight. I receive the gift of rest, confident that tomorrow will be new. And so I end this day, hoping that the next step will take me even closer to your will. Wait for what comes next. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. Now take a deep breath. I release the weight of worries, handing them over to the God who opens doors where there are no walls. I release the fear of tomorrow, knowing that all answers and peace come from Him. Repeat mentally, I release the control of my heart and let anxiety slip through my fingers. Each breath is like a silent prayer. As you let go, you feel the relief of trust. You are not alone in this dark room. Imagine, heaven sends sentinels of light, invisible guardians around you. As it is written, the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him and delivers them. Psalm chapter 34, verse 7. They watch over every window, every door, every corner of your house. While you sleep, there are sparks of God's light circulating, driving away all evil, bringing tranquility and security. Your night is watched over. Your sleep is protected. You can rest, my child, even if the day was difficult. You can rest. because God is already working on the invisible details. Allow yourself to lie down surrendered, without fear of tomorrow. You can believe there are answers coming while you sleep. Allow yourself to receive comfort, because God catches your tears before they fall on the pillow. You can rest. The peace of God goes beyond understanding and silences the storm in your chest. Allow yourself to turn off your mind, because the voice of the Lord calms all anxiety. You can trust. In the darkest night, God sends light and hope. I declare, the wisdom that came to Solomon is released upon you today. You will be surprised by solutions and prophetic dreams. Allow yourself to wait for miracles while you rest. You can surrender. God takes care of what is impossible for you to solve. Now, I pause and surrender. Lord, I recognize that I have tried to solve everything on my own. I place at your feet my anxiety, my fears, and my need to understand every detail. If King Solomon asked for wisdom and received peace, I accept that I have no control, but I trust that you do. Today, I choose to lie down without answers, but with faith. I rest because you have promised to be with me. In the silence of the night, I allow myself to be a child, welcomed and protected. And as I close my eyes, I hope that your spirit will bring peace where there is despair, hope where there is doubt, and light where there is darkness. Tomorrow, I will wake up renewed. And in the next step, you will discover how to transform every anxious thought into a powerful prayer, preparing your heart for an even deeper sleep. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James 1:5. Now, take a deep breath, and as the silence of the night envelops you, repeat to yourself, I release every weight, every worry, every fear that I carry at the end of this day. I surrender, Lord, the control that I have tried to hold on to on my own. As you lie down, feel the Spirit envelop you like a warm blanket. A gentle breeze calms your chest, quiets your thoughts. You may feel that you no longer need to struggle now. Just surrender. Allow yourself to rest as every anxious thought dissolves in the presence of God. Stay there for a moment, feeling the peace that only He can give. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Tonight, God is watching over you, child. What seems impossible to human eyes, He is already working out behind the scenes. You are not alone in this dark room, guarding your sleep. Accept it. You do not have to have all the answers or understand tomorrow. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. The wisdom you sought arrives while you sleep. Answers come from above, and what was despair turns into hope. Receive this word. Doors open while you rest. Hearts calm down. The impossible moves in your favor. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Feel the lightness coming, like a silent promise that God never sleeps, but takes care of every detail. At this moment, I choose to let go of the weight I tried to carry alone. I confess my doubts, my sleepless nights, my restless heart. I surrender, Lord, because I know I don't need to control everything. It's hard to let go of fear, but I want to experience the peace that comes from trusting you completely. May the same God who gave Solomon wisdom guide me, bringing solutions where I see confusion, serenity where I feel anxiety. May this surrender be my first step towards a night of true peace. Tomorrow, I want to wake up light, renewed, ready to live a new beginning. Now, Remain in this silence and prepare yourself for the next step, receiving the peace that surpasses all understanding. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now, take a deep breath. As you listen to these words, mentally say, I release my fears. I surrender my anxious thoughts. I leave in God's hands all control that does not belong to me. You can repeat quietly within your heart, I release the weight of the day. I release the desire to understand everything. I trust that He takes care of even what I cannot see. As you rest your body, allow yourself to feel the relief of your soul. The act of lying down is an invitation to surrender. Just as the sea calms before the voice of Jesus, let the Spirit calm the wind of your thoughts. He silences the storm, so He also silences your tired mind tonight. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. God is in control, even when everything seems uncertain. As you close your eyes, remember, He never sleeps. While you rest, He works on invisible details, preparing answers and opening paths. You can take a deep breath because you don't have to hold everything alone. My child, receive this prophetic word. Tonight, God brings wisdom where there is confusion and peace where there is restlessness. Allow yourself to be enveloped by divine care. Feel protected. You can rest because the Lord watches over you. Do not fear tomorrow. There is renewed hope coming with the sunrise. Just allow yourself to receive. Pause. Feel the warmth of God enveloping your heart now. He transforms anguish into promises. In this moment, I choose to surrender everything I cannot solve. I close my eyes and say silently, Lord, I accept that I do not need to understand all the whys. I surrender my worries, my plans, my dreams, and the doubts that visit me at night. I want to trust as Solomon did. I want to ask for wisdom and peace for this moment, not to control the future, but to rest in your care now. As I take a deep breath, I accept that I am limited, but I am loved and kept. May I surrender to your embrace tonight before I go to sleep. May this prayer be a bridge between despair and serenity. Tomorrow will be a new day. Now, just rest. In the next step, we will deepen the experience of peace even further, learning to hear the gentle voice of God in the silence of the night. For the Lord gives wisdom. From His mouth comes knowledge and understanding. But ask in faith without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath and feel the weight of the day lifting. I release my worries. I release my fears. I release the desire to control everything. Repeat mentally, I release. At this very moment, as you lie down, allow each muscle to relax, handing over to the Lord everything that you cannot carry. Your body rests, and your soul surrenders to this divine care. The simple act of lying down is, in fact, a profound gesture of trust in God, who cares for you tenderly, even when you do not see it. He provides wisdom and peace, especially in the moments when you feel most weak and tired. My child, while you sleep, God is acting on your behalf. He remains attentive, protecting your nights, preparing answers and paths that you never imagined. You can rest now. Allow yourself to trust, even if everything seems uncertain. There is no need to fear tomorrow, because God is already there, taking care of every detail of your future. You can let your guard down and allow yourself to be taken care of. Allow peace to envelop your heart, dissolving all anguish. You can sleep safely. Receive this word. God's wisdom is coming over your mind, clearing thoughts and bringing direction. You can relax because the Lord Himself watches over your sleep. Let go of control. Allow yourself to be loved and protected. I prophesy peaceful nights and a renewed awakening. You can rest, knowing that you are not alone, because God is with you in every beat of your heart. At this moment, I surrender myself completely. I close my eyes and choose to trust. Lord, I do not need to understand everything. I just need to rest in you. I recognize my limits and accept that not everything depends on me. I feel peace invading my being, softening every restless thought. I release the past and place the future in your hands. If there is anguish, I transform it into prayer. If there is fear, I exchange it for hope. I allow myself to rest because I believe that the Lord works while I sleep. I connect with Solomon's promise. I ask for wisdom. And tomorrow, I know that I will wake up renewed, ready to experience new miracles. Get ready, because in the next step, we will deepen this rest in the Lord even more, learning to hear the gentle voice of God in the silence of the night. The Lord gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Isaiah 40:29. I release the anxieties that grip my heart, the worries that cloud my mind. As you prepare to rest, gently repeat within yourself, I release all anxieties. I surrender my burdens to the Lord. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders, the tightness in your chest easing. With each exhale, release the day's worries. With each inhale, receive God's peace. Feel the gentle weight of your body sinking into your bed, a physical act of surrendering to the divine care that watches over you even as you sleep. You are held, you are safe, you are loved. As you drift off to sleep, know that you are not alone. You can rest now, knowing that the divine is working on your behalf, even as you slumber. Allow yourself to trust in His wisdom and His plan for your life. I release a prophetic word over you. You will wake up refreshed, renewed, and filled with a sense of purpose. Your mind will be clear, your spirit strong, and your path illuminated. I speak peace over your sleep, peace that surpasses all understanding. Let this peace guard your heart and mind through Christ Jesus. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. When you recognize the holiness of God, a new meaning invades your heart. Now repeat mentally, I release my worries, I surrender my fears, I let go of the weight of this day. Feel the gentle touch of the divine presence as you lie down and realize each gesture of letting go is also an invitation for God to act. The simple act of relaxing your body becomes a silent prayer. You do not have to carry everything alone. Allow the Spirit of God to envelop your mind and bring lightness to your rest. Breathe deeply. God is here with you in this very moment. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust, even if everything seems confusing. You have not been forgotten, my child. When you feel the night approaching, remember, God does not sleep. He watches over you. Relax your shoulders, slow your breathing, release your anxiety. Receive these prophetic words. Tonight, the Lord covers you with peace. Where there is restlessness, he plants serenity. Where fear limits you, he breathes courage. You are loved. You are safe. You can surrender. There is nothing that escapes God's control. Allow yourself to receive the rest that only He knows how to give. Feel hope being born in the silence of the night. Now, make this moment a practical step. I choose to surrender my thoughts to God. I recognize that I cannot control everything. I accept the peace that comes from Him, even without understanding all the reasons in my heart. If despair knocks on the door, I remember, God promised me wisdom and rest, as He promised Solomon in 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 3 and 6. I abandon the rush and accept God's timing. Before I sleep, I pray, Lord, take what I cannot carry. Fill me with your peace until sleep envelops me, and tomorrow I wake up renewed. Now, prepare yourself for the next step, where we will deepen this rest in God even more. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath and, as you exhale, say in your heart, I release fear, I surrender anxiety, I give up control. Repeat mentally, I release everything I do not understand and accept God's care over my life. Feel your body relax. Let your shoulders fall. Each breath is an act of surrender, each sigh a silent prayer. You notice how anguish turns into comfort, how tears find shelter in the hands of the Father. Jesus said, "Watch and pray, so that you will not enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. To watch is to acknowledge your pain without getting lost in it. To pray is to allow God to dry your tears and renew your hope. You are not alone, my child. Your pain is seen. Your prayer is heard. Now, allow yourself to rest. You can rest without fear, because God watches over you. Feel His presence enveloping your room, driving away all restlessness. Free yourself from the burden of trying to understand everything tonight. Allow yourself to trust, even when it doesn't make sense. You can rest. You can surrender. Nothing is beyond the reach of God's hands. I prophesy over your life. The wisdom of Solomon will be poured out upon you, bringing answers and peace where before there was confusion. The Lord sends angels to guard your dreams and plant seeds of courage in your weary heart. You can rest, because there is a purpose being built even in the silence of the night. You will be surprised by God's goodness at dawn. I place myself before you, Lord, with all that I am and all that I carry. I surrender every restless thought, every doubt, every desire to control what is beyond my control. I choose to trust. I choose to rest. I know that I don't need to understand everything to be loved and cared for by you. Tonight, I let go of my struggle and allow myself to be enveloped by your peace. May the wisdom that came to Solomon rest upon my mind, bringing clarity where there is confusion and serenity where there is storm. I accept the invitation to close my eyes and simply believe. God is with me. I shall not want. Take a moment. Feel the gentle presence of the Lord. Tomorrow will be a new day, and God is already preparing miracles for you. In the next step, we will learn how to transform worries into powerful prayer before bed. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But ask in faith without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath, and as you exhale, say in your heart, I release all fear, all doubt, and all anxiety. I now release the need to control tomorrow and place every detail in God's hands. Feel your body relax, as if every muscle obeys the gentle command of trust. As you exhale, allow your soul to surrender as well. God guides you even through the darkest nights. He transforms restlessness into rest. Repeat in your mind, I release the weight of the day and receive the peace of heaven. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even when everything seems uncertain. There is no requirement for perfection to be cared for, only a willingness to open your heart. Embrace this truth. God is silently working for you, preparing answers while you sleep. You are kept even when you don't realize it. Receive this night. Divine wisdom rests upon your mind and peace floods your chest. You can allow yourself to forget your worries and dream with renewed hope. Allow God's light to invade the darkness of fear, clearing every shadow. You are not alone. Angels surround your rest, and there is a new breath waiting for you tomorrow. Make room for the miracle to happen. Now I place myself before God with everything I carry in my chest. I confess, many times I have tried to solve things alone, seeking answers in my own ways. But today, inspired by Solomon's prayer, I give up control and ask for wisdom and peace. Lord, I surrender my anxiety, my haste, and even my despair. I recognize I do not understand everything, but I accept being guided and loved, bringing rest and renewal. I feel the relief of trust, feeling a calm hope grow within me. And so, as this moment ends, prepare yourself for the next step, where we will deepen even more this surrender and connection with God's care. Call to me and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. Now, take a deep breath. In this sacred moment, I invite you to release the weight of your day. Repeat silently, I release fear, I release anxiety, and surrender everything to the Lord. As you open your hands and relax your shoulders, you make a simple but powerful gesture. You surrender what you cannot control. God's timing is perfect. His clock does not run slow. You do not have to carry alone what only He can handle. Allow this truth to calm your heart right now. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. God has not forgotten what you have asked for. He hears even your silence. Tonight, the wisdom you have sought will be poured like gentle rain upon your weary mind. You can allow yourself to let go of control. Let the peace of the Lord envelop every restless thought. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Feel the comfort. You are not alone. Receive at this moment a prophetic word. Tonight, God whispers answers that the world does not understand. Your heart will be strengthened and your hope renewed. Allow yourself to feel. You can rest. Just trust your God. Give your God the benefit of the doubt. Now, close your eyes for a moment and say with me silently, Father, I surrender to you what I do not know how to solve. I receive your peace in the midst of my despair. I recognize that I do not need to know all the answers to be loved and guided. I surrender my uncertainties and receive your wisdom, as Solomon asked on that silent night. Make this surrender a new beginning. Feel the relief and freedom of surrendering to God's care. When you sleep, He prepares miracles. Tomorrow, when you wake up, you will see signs of unexpected answers. Take a deep breath and feel the peace. In the next step, we will deepen your encounter with this peace and receive even more wisdom for the new day. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. At this moment, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the weight of the day slip off your shoulders. I release all fear, all doubt, all anxiety. Repeat silently, I release what I cannot control. I give God the burden that is not mine. Remember, every worry you let go of becomes a space for peace. The act of letting go is an act of faith. You are not alone. God is already listening to even the silence of your heart. Be grateful for every victory, even the small ones, because they are signs of divine care. Leave the past in the past and allow gratitude to open doors to the new. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm chapter 37, verse 5. Feel for a moment the relief of not having to solve everything alone. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Tomorrow is in the hands of the Lord. When you let go of control, heaven moves in your favor. Feel the presence of God calming your heart now. You can rest. Let Solomon's peace invade your room. God Himself will give you wisdom for each challenge. Receive this word. You are not defined by your fears, but loved by your Creator. You can rest. Allow hope to renew your spirit and serenity to lull you to sleep. What worries you today will be a reason for testimony tomorrow. You can rest. God is bringing unexpected answers, and dreams that seemed lost will be restored. Receive, my child. Tonight is the beginning of a new time. Allow yourself to trust and feel embraced by the Father. Now, make this moment an altar of surrender. I let go of anxiety, Lord, and I recognize that I do not have all the answers. I accept your peace, even when the world outside insists on robbing me of sleep. I repeat to myself, God, I trust in you, even without understanding all your ways. Tonight, I rest because I believe you are working behind the scenes in my life. When my heart wavers, I remember your promises and hold on to hope. I feel serenity come over me, and I know I don't have to carry it alone. Thank you, God, that your wisdom guides me and your peace surrounds me. I feel renewed for tomorrow. Now, take a deep breath. Get ready for the next step, where you will discover how God's wisdom can transform even the hardest of days into a new beginning. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders and feel the weight of the day fall away. I release my guilt, my feelings of inadequacy, everything that binds me to the past and condemnation. Repeat silently, I release. The blood of Jesus has already paid for everything. There is no debt, there is no condemnation. You can now surrender every mistake, every fear, every thought of unworthiness. Forgiveness has already been released into your life. By letting go, you allow grace to rest upon you. Make this physical gesture a symbol of spiritual surrender. When you open your hand, heaven opens too. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. God is near, listening even to what you cannot say. You can let go of control. He works even when you sleep. Allow yourself to experience the lightness of someone who is loved, not because they deserve it, but because of divine choice. You can rest knowing that God has already entered your tomorrow. Feel peace invading your heart now. You will not be confused or forsaken. The Lord releases wisdom and peace upon you, as He promised Solomon. The impossible is being unlocked while you rest. Receive new ideas, clarity of mind, courage in the midst of doubt. You can sleep safely because the Lord keeps you and guides you. Let the Spirit of God renew your hope. You do not need to understand everything, just trust. Lord, tonight I surrender myself completely. I recognize that I cannot control everything and that my best is to trust in you. I surrender my agitated thoughts, my worries and unanswered questions. I ask that my mind be washed by your peace. I want to sleep feeling your care, knowing that the Lord gives me wisdom for tomorrow and peace to rest today. May all despair be transformed into hope. In the silence of my room, I receive the certainty that the Lord cares for me as He cared for Solomon. Thank you for allowing me to start over, even after difficult days. I want to learn to trust more and more. Make my life a testimony of your faithfulness. Tomorrow, I want to wake up renewed, knowing that the best of the Lord is yet to come. Now, take a deep breath and feel the relief of surrender. Relief of surrender. In the next step, you will discover how to transform this rest into strength to overcome any challenge. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all men liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith without wavering. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now, take a deep breath and, as you exhale, imagine that you are releasing all anxiety, all fear, and all doubt that insists on weighing on your heart. Repeat mentally, I release control. I surrender what I cannot change. Every tense thought, every worry, every weight, you can trust God. While you rest, God acts. And in this act of surrender, also intercede for others who need rest. May the Lord visit the sick with healing, comfort the orphans with love, and bring peace to the troubled nations. You are a channel of blessing, even in silence. Allow yourself to feel. Your prayer reaches distances you can't even imagine. You can rest. You deserve to rest now, free from this burden that no longer belongs to you. Allow yourself to trust. Allow yourself to be taken care of. While you rest, God takes care of everything, even what you don't know. Receive this word. There is peace reserved for you tonight. There is wisdom being poured over your tired mind. You are not alone. God's love surrounds you. Hope is reborn in your chest. Allow yourself to be surprised. Doors open while you sleep. Answers arrive in the details of tomorrow. You can rest. You deserve to live the lightness of someone who has already been forgiven. Tomorrow is in God's hands, and He has already prepared miracles to surprise you. Trust, my child. Nothing will be lacking. Receive new courage. Accept serenity. You can surrender to sleep knowing that you are safe. Now, make this moment an altar of surrender. I say goodbye to fear. I give up control. I recognize that I don't need to understand everything to trust. Lord, I surrender my life, my family, my dreams, and my doubts. I accept the peace that comes from you, even when my heart is agitated. I choose to rest, knowing that your wisdom will guide me. I feel your presence filling my voids, bringing hope for my dawn. May my surrender be true, may my faith be firm, and may my night be renewing. With each breath, I feel the burden getting lighter. I rest because I know that everything is in your hands. In the next step, let us experience together how God's wisdom illuminates each thought and brings direction for your new day. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath and feel the weight of the day melting away. I release what I cannot control. I surrender my restless thoughts, my unanswered questions, and my worries about tomorrow. Repeat mentally, I release. Every time you release a fear, you are doing more than just resting your body. You are making room for God to fill your spirit with peace and direction. Allow this surrender to transform your night, making sleep a true act of trust. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even when everything seems uncertain. The plans you don't know will work out, the decisions you need to make, the paths that cross your horizon. God is already there, waiting for you in the future. He promises, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. You can surrender your doubts without fear because there is supernatural wisdom waiting for you at dawn. Allow yourself to experience the lightness of being guided, not by anxiety, but by hope. You are not alone on this journey. Receive a prophetic word now. Doors will open where there were once walls, and answers will come with the new day. Rest, my child. God is taking care of every detail. At this moment, I'll close my eyes and say silently, Lord, today I surrender. I surrender my plans, my dreams, everything that afflicts me, and everything that makes me doubt. I accept that I cannot control the future, but I can trust in the one who has already written my days. Sleep is my declaration of faith, my gesture of surrender. If anxiety tries to steal my peace, I remember that the Lord calls me to rest, not to fear. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, wisdom and peace will accompany me. Now I allow night to fall upon me, and let your presence renew my hope. In the next moment, we will advance even further in this surrender, learning how to receive comfort and courage to begin again. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without hesitation, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, without doubting. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now, take a deep breath, feel the weight of the day melt away. I release my anxieties, my fears, my uncertainties. Repeat silently, I release. I release every confusing thought, every worry that I have tried to solve on my own. With each exhale, imagine giving everything into God's hands. Do you feel the tension ease? Your tired body begins to rest, and your soul finds shelter in divine care. Testify by faith. I see solutions taking shape in the unseen. Imagine doors opening, answers coming to you, miracles unfolding while you rest. Heaven is working on your behalf, even if your eyes cannot see it. Stay in this moment. Feel the calming presence. Breathe. You are not alone. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. God is working behind the scenes in your life, preparing peace where there was once restlessness. Even if doubts try to invade your mind, you can rest in the care of the one who never fails. Feel this invitation. Let go of your burdens, my child, and embrace the peace that surpasses all understanding. I declare tonight, divine wisdom rests upon you. New ideas, clarity, and comfort arrive while you sleep. Worries about tomorrow lose strength because God is already there, straightening your paths. You can allow yourself to be taken care of. Receive hope. Receive renewal. A new day is already beginning to dawn within your heart, even in the dark. Take a pause and feel this certainty invade your being. Just rest. At this moment, I close my eyes and confess, Lord, I cannot always give up control, but today I choose to trust. I leave in your hands the unanswered questions, the fear of the future. Tonight, I want to be guided by your peace, not by despair. I surrender. I choose tranquility. As Solomon asked for wisdom, I ask for serenity. I know that while I rest, silent miracles happen. My hope is renewed. Let sleep be my declaration of faith. God takes care of me. Tomorrow, I will wake up lighter, with new answers, in peace. Stay with me, Lord, and prepare my heart for the next step. In the next moment, we will deepen this rest even more and receive a word of encouragement for the new day. Hear, my son, the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the teaching of your mother. For the Lord gives wisdom, and from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs chapter 1, verses 8 and 7. Now, in this sacred moment between day and night, let go of what weighs you down. Repeat silently, I release fear, I release control, I surrender my doubts into the hands of God. Imagine your restless thoughts floating away, like leaves blown away by the wind, as the sky darkens and a new hope is born. Allow yourself to rest, my son. The sunset announces, God is preparing a new dawn for you. As you close your eyes, visualize the sunrise, a symbol of the renewed mercies of each morning, as it says, it is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions never come to an end. They are new every morning. Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. Feel this promise envelop your heart. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even when tomorrow seems uncertain. God is already taking care of the invisible details, even when you can't see them. Take a deep breath. Feel peace slowly coming in, like a gentle breeze. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. Psalms chapter 37, verse 5. In this silence, God hears even what you don't know how to express. You can relax. The Lord is working on your behalf, preparing answers, opening doors, undoing bonds of anxiety. My child, release all expectations now and receive the certainty. Your night will be marked by rest, dreams of peace, and divine wisdom resting on your mind. Allow yourself to be surprised, even in the midst of uncertainty. God is releasing a new portion of calm upon you. You can rest. He is present, and no concern is greater than his care. I surrender myself now. I choose to trust, even without understanding everything. I surrender control of the situations, of the decisions that await me, of the answers I seek. I decide to accept Solomon's invitation, asking God for the wisdom I do not have, the peace I cannot generate on my own. I close my eyes, and even though thoughts try to rob me of sleep, I declare it is in his hands. I choose to rest, not because everything is resolved, but because I trust in the one who promised me care and guidance. If anxiety sets in, I remember, The Lord gives to his beloved while he sleeps. Psalms, chapter 127, verse 2. I receive this promise deep within my being. Tomorrow, a new sun will rise, bringing answers, clarity, and renewed rest. Stay with me in the next stage, where we will deepen this rest even more, learning to hear God's voice even in the silence of the night. The Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Cry out for discernment. Lift up your voice for understanding. Proverbs, chapter 2, verses 6 and 3. Now take a deep breath and repeat mentally. I release my fears. I release the weight of control. I release all anxiety that prevents me from resting. Feel your shoulders relaxing as you hand over one by one all the burdens that you do not need to carry. Your body obeys the gesture of trust. You can rest because God watches over you. Affirm with faith, I sleep in peace because God does not sleep. He takes care of everything while you rest. You can rest, my child. Allow yourself to trust now. The silence of the night is an invitation to rest your heart. Every disturbing thought can be surrendered. You do not need to understand everything, nor resolve what is beyond your hands. Allow yourself to feel the peace that arrives slowly and fills every empty space. God is releasing wisdom for difficult decisions. He is bringing unexpected answers while you rest. You can rest without fear. Feel the embrace of the Father's care. His promises for your life do not cease at dusk. They continue to be valid even while you sleep. In this moment, I choose to surrender control. I close my eyes and acknowledge that I do not own tomorrow. I accept the gift of peace even in the face of despair or uncertainty. If any worry tries to return, I take a deep breath and remember, God promised me wisdom and peace. I am not alone at night. The same God who gave Solomon understanding sustains me now. I choose to trust even without seeing the answer. I rest knowing that while I sleep, God works for me. In the next step, we will deepen this surrender even further and experience an even deeper peace. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath, and in that moment, I invite you to repeat in your mind, I release all the weight of my limited understanding. I release the need to know all the answers. I release anxiety about tomorrow. Like Solomon, who asked God for wisdom instead of riches or power, you can surrender your doubts and fears. It is not just a symbolic gesture, it is a deep movement of your heart, connecting the physical with the spiritual. When you surrender, God receives and transforms. Allow the simple act of releasing your shoulders and taking a deep breath to also be a sign of surrender to the Lord. Just as God met Solomon at night, he meets you now, ready to hear your silent request. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. God is present in this moment, listening not only to your words, but to the silence of your heart. You are not alone. Even on nights when fear approaches, the Lord is present. Receive this word. You will be visited by the gentle breath of divine wisdom, and your heart will be warmed by the promised peace. Do not fear the unknown, for there is a promise over your life. The Lord says, My child, I give you understanding and strength to overcome uncertainties. You can allow yourself to rest, knowing that miracles begin in the silence of your surrender. Make room for God to renew your strength, clear your mind, and calm your inner self. Feel the presence of God enveloping you like a blanket of grace and protection. Allow yourself to trust completely, because what is beyond your control is in the hands of the one who can do everything. Pause to breathe. Lord, I choose to let go of the burdens I carry. I admit that I do not know all the paths, but I surrender my heart to your care. If Solomon received wisdom and peace when he sought your presence, I can receive it too. Today, as I close my eyes, I declare, I do not fear tomorrow, for your peace guards me tonight. May all despair be transformed into serenity. May my mind be still, and may your voice be stronger than any thought of fear. I surrender to your care, confident that my sleep will be peaceful, and the next day, full of answers and direction. I feel your presence. I surrender my dreams to you, and I accept your invitation to rest. Tomorrow, I want to wake up renewed and with clarity, ready to live the plan you have prepared for me. Stay with me on this journey. In the next step, together, we will deepen this surrender even more and discover how God transforms rest into renewal. Blessed are those who hear wisdom and keep understanding, for they will find peace. Proverbs chapter 1, verses 3 and 6. Now take a deep breath. All fear, all anguish, all doubt. You can repeat this in your mind. I release. Feel the lightness that invades your body as you physically surrender each worry. As you release your shoulders, you declare rest. The sky opens up above you, like open windows and doors, pouring a shower of blessings and peace tonight. Allow yourself to receive. Trust that as you surrender, He works in silence. Your rest is a declaration of faith. You are not alone. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust, knowing that your surrender releases a wave of peace that envelops your heart. God is already taking care of what you cannot control. Can you feel the relief? Feel the hope arising in the midst of the silence. Allow yourself to be surprised by a touch from God. Tonight, I prophesy over your life. Invisible doors open, answers arrive, and divine wisdom rests upon you like a warm blanket. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. The impossible moves while you rest, my child. God honors your surrender with rest and direction. Feel peace taking over every thought. You can rest. Now I close my eyes and surrender everything that weighs on my chest. I recognize that I do not need to carry the world on my shoulders. Today I choose to trust, even without understanding the paths. I release control and accept the gift of peace. If thoughts of despair try to invade, I remember God promised me wisdom and rest. I allow myself to rest, knowing that while everything is silent, God acts on my behalf. Tomorrow, I wake up renewed. The journey continues. Will you come with me to the next step? Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the dry places. Isaiah chapter 43, verses 19. In this promise, you can rest. Feel the weight of the day falling from your shoulders. I release along with you the fear of the unknown, the anxiety for answers, and the desire to control tomorrow. Repeat mentally, I release that which I cannot change. The act of breathing in and out is your surrender. Each breath is renewed trust. You declare, God, it is your turn. As your eyes close, you allow Him to do the new, even where everything seems dry. you can rest. You don't have to understand everything to trust. Allow yourself to feel the care that covers your heart. God turns deserts into gardens. Feel your body relax and realize the new is already beginning within you. You can rest. Child, God is working for you while you sleep, even when everything seems the same. New paths are being opened where you only saw impossibilities. You can leave yesterday behind. Allow yourself to believe that a new time is coming. The night brings not only silence, but also the promise of renewal. You can let go of control. Allow yourself to be surprised by God. Receive prophetic words. Unexpected doors will open, and what seemed lost will be found. You can rest. Allow yourself to wait for the new. Even without understanding the process, God has not forgotten your dreams. You are being prepared to live what you have never lived before. The impossible is not an obstacle for God. Now, in silence, I join you in this moment of surrender. Lord, I let go of control and place before you my struggles and concerns. I bring to mind the promise that you do new things, even when everything seems dry and without a way out. I accept the peace that comes from your presence and rest, trusting that despair no longer has a voice over me. Tonight, I choose to trust in your care, knowing that while I rest, you work. I feel your embrace bringing hope and renewal. Tomorrow, I will open my eyes with faith and courage for the new time that the Lord has already begun. Stay with me, God, and take me beyond what I can imagine. In the next moment, we will continue releasing blessings and wisdom over your life, preparing your heart for an even deeper rest. Beloved, I wish you prosperity in all areas of your life and good health, just as your soul is doing well. God grants generous wisdom to those who ask with a sincere heart. Now, take a deep breath. I release the fear of not being enough, of not having control, of losing what I have achieved. I release anxiety about tomorrow, worries about bills, and fear of the future. Repeat silently, I release all of this. Allow yourself to place into God's hands as you exhale whatever is weighing on your chest. The physical act of breathing becomes a spiritual surrender. Feel the burden being lifted from your shoulders. God takes care of every detail while you rest. 3 John chapter 1 verses 3 and 6. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. A new season is coming in which unexpected doors open and opportunities arise where there were only impossibilities. You can rest. God's favor rests upon your life even when everything seems uncertain. Receive a prophetic word now. There will be renewal in areas that you thought were dry. God Himself is preparing a table before you, bringing peace and wisdom for difficult decisions. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. There is no condemnation for those who take refuge in God. Each night is a chance to experience the Father's care. Feel safe to dream again. I surrender myself, Lord, as Solomon did. With a simple heart, I admit that I do not know everything and I need your guidance. Today, I give up control, haste, and the anxiety of trying to solve everything on my own. I choose to trust that when I close my eyes, your wisdom comes over me and your spirit envelops me with peace. I accept rest as an act of faith, knowing that tomorrow is safe in your hands. Even in the face of fear and despair, I trust that your voice will guide me and your peace will sustain me. May my dreams be visited by hope and courage tonight. And when I wake up, I will be renewed to live the new time that has already begun. In the next moment, let us deepen this surrender and experience even more of the peace that only God can give. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24-26. I release the worries of this day. I release the anxieties that cling to my thoughts. I release the burdens that weigh heavily on my heart. As you prepare for sleep, I invite you to repeat mentally, I release all worries and anxieties. Feel the tension leaving your body with each exhale. Surrender your concerns, your doubts, and your fears to the one who holds you in the palm of his hand. Let go and embrace the peace that surpasses all understanding. Embrace integral prosperity, knowing your well-being is connected to your peace. I declare over you that you are entering a night of divine rest, a night of restoration and renewal. I speak peace into your mind, calming every racing thought. I speak healing into your body, soothing every ache and pain. You can rest, knowing that God is watching over you, protecting you from harm. Allow yourself to trust in his unfailing love, to lean on his everlasting arms. Allow yourself to trust. I decree that God will speak to you in dreams, revealing his wisdom and guidance. Let prophetic words fill your spirit, igniting faith and hope for the future. Receive these blessings tonight, embracing the power of peace and the promise of wisdom. Before I sleep, I reflect on Solomon's prayer, surrendering my need to control. I ask for wisdom, not just for myself, but for those I care about. I release the day, its challenges and triumphs, trusting God's guidance. I invite you into this same moment of surrender, knowing that you have a need for divine wisdom. The Lord will restore all that was lost. He will have compassion on you and give you rest. Joel chapter 2, verses 25 and 26. Take a deep breath now. Feel the air coming in and out, as if with each exhale, you are releasing the weight of the day. Repeat in your heart, I release my fears, my losses, and the anxiety of tomorrow. Allow yourself to trust, even without understanding. Each time you let go of control, you allow God to begin working on your restitution. Child, you do not have to carry what hurts you. The act of resting is faith in action. Receive this word. Your story does not end with what was taken away, but with what God is about to restore. Today, rest is your response of trust. You can rest. Yes, allow yourself to trust, even if everything has seemed difficult up until now. As you close your eyes, God acts. Feel the hope growing inside you. What you have lost does not define who you are, even when you do not see it. Whisper to yourself, I can rest. I can breathe, because God is taking care of everything. Don't rush, don't doubt. Receive this promise. Doors you never imagined will open. Allow yourself to dream again. God surprises those who decide to trust. Calm down, my child. Peace is already reaching you. The impossible will be a witness in your life. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust. Now, make this moment yours alone. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself placing every worry in God's hands. Say it quietly, or just think, Lord, I surrender my losses, my worries, and my desire to control everything. Teach me to trust in your care. Feel the relief. Realize that the night is not the end, but the beginning of something new. Peace, restoration, hope. God has not forgotten you. Allow yourself to be renewed. When you surrender, fear loses its power. Be alert, because tomorrow may bring unexpected answers. In the next step, we will delve even deeper into this surrender, learning to hear the voice of God that guides you even in silence. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6, verses 24 and 25. As the night falls and silence begins to envelop your heart, repeat with me, even if only in your mind. I release my fears. I release my anxiety. I surrender now the desire to control everything. You can feel the weight of your body loosening, as if every worry slips through your hands. The Lord's blessing enriches and does not add pain. Allow yourself to experience this moment. When you let go, heaven receives. When you rest, God works for you. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust you don't have to understand everything to be enveloped by peace. God is in control of the details, even when you don't realize it. As you rest, there is a promise. Tomorrow, unexpected doors may open, and dry places may bloom. You may feel fear, but you don't have to define yourself by it. You can rest. Receive words of renewal now. My son, I care for you. My wisdom will guide you. Allow yourselves to be surprised. Your tomorrow can be much better than you imagine. You can rest. Today, I choose to surrender everything I cannot control. I take a deep breath and say, Lord, I trust in you. I give up rushing, despair, and fear of the future. I want the peace that only you can give. I want to sleep knowing that your blessing enriches me and does not bring sadness. It teaches me to trust more, to dream again, to wait for answers and miracles that I have not yet seen. In this silence, I surrender and accept Solomon's invitation. I ask for wisdom. I ask for peace. Tomorrow I want to wake up renewed, certain that your hand remains upon me. In the next step, we will pray together for divine wisdom for each decision of the new day. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Now take a deep breath and allow yourself to let go of the weight of the day. I release everything I cannot control. I surrender my fears, worries, and anxieties. Repeat silently, I release. Feel the freedom that comes from letting go, because when you surrender, God takes over. Your Father never tires of caring for you. He is the inexhaustible source, always attentive to your cry, ready to supply every need of his child. You can trust in this promise. For Jesus said, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. There is no limit to what God can do when you simply surrender and trust. You can rest. Allow yourself to trust even if tomorrow seems uncertain. The Lord is already ahead, preparing paths of peace and hope. Feel the comfort of knowing that you do not have to carry the world alone. Today, doors will open where you least expect them. You will be surprised by divine goodness that never runs out. You can rest. God is working during the night, aligning what you cannot see. Allow yourself to dream again. Receive a word of renewal now. The dry places in your life will blossom, and the wisdom of Solomon will be poured upon you. You will not end up as you began. Today, God releases an inexplicable peace, an unexpected solution, and new strength upon your mind. You can rest. Feel safe, for the Lord is your shelter. Pause. Breathe in slowly. In the silence of this moment, I surrender myself completely. I recognize that I do not need to understand everything in order to trust. When fear tries to paralyze me, I choose the peace that comes from above. God, I surrender my night and my thoughts into your hands. I want to hear your gentle voice calming my heart, like a father cradling a tired child. I accept your wisdom, even when I do not understand the path. I allow myself to be guided by your counsel, certain that the night is a new beginning, not an end. I know that while I rest, the Lord is working for me. Tomorrow, I will see the answers that I can only hope for today. I remain still, making room to be surprised by your care. Stay tuned, because in the next step, you will discover how to receive dreams and revelations from God while you sleep. Now, close your eyes for a moment and think, what do you hope to receive from God tonight? What fears do you need to surrender in order to truly rest? Allow yourself to reflect. How many times have you tried to carry the weight of decisions alone without seeking wisdom from above? Isn't it time to change that? God said, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God who gives to all liberally." James chapter 1, verse 5. The Lord does not abandon you in the dark, my son. He invites you to trust, to rest your heart, and to allow his peace to fill every corner of your mind. You can rest. Believe me, there is peace available to those who surrender and trust. Allow yourself to trust. Tomorrow does not belong to anxiety, but to God's providence. What do you need to surrender today so that your soul can find true rest? Solomon asked for wisdom, not riches, and God not only listened, but did infinitely more than he imagined. Have you ever thought about what God can do for you while you sleep? I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. Psalms chapter 3, verse 5. Are you willing to dream again, even without understanding everything? Or will you continue trying to control by yourself that which only God can transform? The secret to your renewal may lie precisely in letting go, resting, and trusting. Allow the wisdom and peace of the Lord to be your companions tonight and wake up renewed, ready to experience the new life that God has prepared. If you want to continue receiving messages that warm your heart and transform your nights, subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Don't miss the next step, because together we will delve even deeper into the restorative power of prayer, discovering how to transform each night into a true new beginning. May this night be the beginning of a new journey for you. God takes care of every detail. Trust, rest, and allow yourself to be surprised.